Today, we are going to be doing a step-by-step guide to painting the Flesh Terror Space Marine chapter by Games Workshop. We're going to be using a Tactical Squad Sergeant from an older version of the plastic Space Marine Tactical Squad kit produced by Games Workshop. The model is actually a repaint from a model I had painted back when I was 13 or 14 years old, so it was definitely in need of a facelift. We think we've got some of the technical difficulties figured out for this video. It's still slideshowed, primarily because we don't have a tripod for a camera to do real-time painting yet. So with that being said, there will be hopefully voiceovers if we can get it to work. If not, it's going to be the same as the Games Workshop Orc Big Boss step-by-step guide. We're going to start with a base coat of 2:1 Dwarf Flesh and Scorched Brown for the flesh, and you want to get everywhere, including the eyes and the mouth. Next, you're going to want to do a wash of Scorched Brown over the entire surface of the flesh. You're going to want to water your Scorched Brown down until it's about the consistency of a wash. The next step is to apply Chaos Black to both the eye sockets and the mouth, including the teeth, after which you're going to reapply your base coat to all the raised surfaces. Before you continue with the flesh, you're going to want to put a small line of skull white in the eye sockets, leaving black showing, and putting it onto the teeth as well. The next coat will be roughly a 3:1 mix of Dwarf Flesh to Scorched Brown for the flesh, hitting all the raised surfaces and leaving the previous color showing. Now you're going to want to do roughly a pure highlight of Dwarf Flesh to all the raised surfaces of the model, letting the previous layers show through. For the final highlight, you're going to want to do roughly a 2:1 mix of Dwarf Flesh to Bleach Bone, hitting more of the predominant raised areas. For the armor, you're going to do a base coat of Mechrite Red Foundation paint, hitting all the areas including the joints. Next, you're going to wash the entire surface of the red armor with Devlin Mud Wash. Before we continue painting the armor, we're going to go back and paint all the joins with Chaos Black. The first highlight is going to be roughly 2:1 Mechrite Red and Red Gore. You want to get everywhere except the joints and the recesses. The next highlight layer is going to be 1:1 Mechrite Red and Red Gore, hitting all the raised areas. The next highlight is pure red gore, and you're going to want to do it where the light's going to naturally hit the figure. The final highlight is roughly 2:1 red gore to blood red, and you're going to want to hit all the areas again that the light would naturally hit. The black highlighting is done primarily through edging with a mix of 2:1 Chaos Black and Skull White. The final highlight is 1:1 Chaos Black and Skull White, and in the picture you can see we've put a circle on the left shoulder pad, paving the way for the freehand work. All the metal areas are first hit with a base coat of Chainmail Silver, followed by an edging highlight of Mithril Silver. For the freehand symbol, we're going to go and paint Skull White over our previous circle, followed by a Chaos Black teardrop, where we will then apply red gore, leaving some of the black showing. Then we will apply a blood red highlight to that red gore. Then we're going to add 1 or 2 Skull White drops, just kind of give some character to the droplet. Then we are going to apply Chaos Black diagonal dashes along the symbol. For the scar going down his face, we did roughly a 2:1 mix of Dwarf Flesh and Red Gore. And for the gray stubble, we did roughly a 2 to 1 mix of Dwarf Flesh, Codex Gray, and Scorched Brown. And we painted this where a natural hairline would occur. To indicate that he's the sergeant of the second squad, we painted Roman numerals symbol for 2 in skull white on his left knee. For the gore, we dry brushed blood red along the edges of the chain blade. The basing is done with a base coat of Graveyard Earth, followed by a dry brush of 2 to 1 Graveyard Earth and bleached bone with static grass applied.